In my last cover, you might have caught on to something. I did some interesting things with my piano accompaniment of Morgan Wallen's 98 Braves. In today's episode of Behind the Board, dude, you're really trying to revive this series, aren't you? I'm trying to. Not sure if I'm succeeding, but I'm trying to. You do realize you got like 8 views on your last one, right? Literally nobody watches these. I know people don't watch this. I just still do it sometimes. So in this episode of Behind the Board, I'm going to be showing y'all a really simple and really easy piano fill that you can do to beef up your piano playing. Okay, wait a minute. Who's fill? Fill as in something that you do in between chords. Like for drummers, is something that you do in between a beat, like you'd hit the toms a couple of times, something like that. But for instrumentalists, it'd be in between a chord. Hey, who are you? I'm Phil. Okay. Okay, we gotta start keeping that door locked. Welcome everybody to another episode of Behind the Board. This is episode 16. That sounded like a nighttime radio intro more than it did a tutorial series, I gotta say. But in today's episode, I am showing you guys what a piano fill is and how you can make a very easy piano fill using the melody of what you're singing. So first of all, I'm going to be playing 98 Braves by Morgan Wallen. So basically, you can just any key you want. I'm just going to take a B flat. I originally did it in A, but you can do this in whatever chord you want. C is a very easy chord to do it in. You know what? Let's do it in C. Why not? I'm not gonna be doing the high stuff anyway. That's a little up there for me. So we're just gonna be doing this. So it starts off, if you want to know the basics, starts off with the 4 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it starts on this F here. We got close, but close doesn't cut it. I had a good run to end up with nothing. Now, I just went from the 4 to the 1, back to the 4, back to the 1. So, what you can do now is, with this part here, we go from the 1 chord to the minor 6 chord to the 4 chord, back to the 1. So it's C, A minor, F, back to C. If you want to add 2s in there, you can. So like a C2 to A minor 2. To an F2. 2s are cool. I like using 2s whenever I'm playing, so I'd say if you've probably heard me do 2s quite a bit. I like that sound personally, that suspension type sound. So anyways, what you can do to make an easy fill for this is just repeat the melody that you were singing. So in this case, it's but a 3 by 5 that you had in a drawer. Swung for the fences, but we came up short. So we go A, G, E. Sometimes D if you want, but A, G, E is going to be your main 3, and then basically just run the chords. So the chords without the fill would sound like this. But a 3 by 5 that you had in a drawer. Swung for the fences, but we came up short. That sounds decent, right? But if you want to add something, we can do this at the top. So it'll be, but a 3 by 5 that you had in a drawer. We swung for the fences, but we came up short. That sounds better because we added this. Now, a key when you're singing and playing at the same time, you never want them to be exactly the same octave they're singing. So my octave is this down here, so it'll be but a 3 by 5 that you had in a drawer. Because if you're off pitch a little bit, it's gonna notice. It's gonna notice because the piano's in key and you're not. So if I was slightly off pitch here, I'm gonna try and sing this sharp. But a 3 by 5 that you had in a drawer. You can tell that. Everybody can tell that because it sounds bad. It sounds really bad. So once again, we go to the do it up here, because even if you are off pitch a little bit, it's not going to catch it as much. So I'm going to do this. Rolling with my left hand here. I'm going to play that middle section again. But a 3x5 that you had in a drawer, swung for the fences, but we came up short. Okay, another thing you can do here is roll up with your left hand. So 1, I'm gonna do scale. I'm gonna shout scale degrees for the key that you're playing. So 1, 5, 1, 2, 3. That's gonna be your pattern here. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3. 1, 5, 1, 2, 3. So we 3x5 that you had in a drawer. We swung for the fences, but we came up short. If you don't have big hands like me and can't reach a 10th, just move your pinky, do this with your thumb, or let go of your pinky, cross over with your pointer to that 2 and 3. It's about preference mainly. If you have shorter hands, this might be ideal. If you have bigger hands, you can still hold into this while you're hitting this at the same time. One other thing, let's make it a chord. So instead of just using the top note, we're gonna use both notes here. So we're taking the bottom here, we're taking E. If you want to do C, you can. Either way works. I just did this because it's easier, because my right hand is only hitting these 3 notes here, so I can easily, I don't have to move anything. There are ways you can still make something sound good and not have to move as much. It's like if you find an alternative to a F chord on a guitar, because that's usually a bar chord. So essentially now, if you want to play that fill again, it's going to sound like this. But a 3x5 that you had in a drawer, we swung for the fences, but we came up short. See how much better that sounds? So in a matter of minutes, we went from this, but a 3x5 that you had in a drawer, we swung for the fences, but we came up short, to a better sounding fill with more going on the piano. But a 3x5 that you had in a drawer, we swung for the fences, but we came up short. Now, if you want to know what I did at the end when I was finishing the instrumental part, we're going to go back to A for this. Minor 6. Go back to your 4. Do a grace note here. For those of you who don't know what a grace note is, just 2 notes and then you're letting off one of them. It's like a hammer-on a guitar. So essentially I'm playing these 2. Really quick. I'm going to E to F sharp to A, back to F sharp. And then instead of going with the major, I'm going to minor. Giving it that bluesy sound, because a blues scale in the key of A. So I'm kind of keeping that blues, plus it's a 7 chord on your 4, which is what you're currently at here at the end. So kind of nice, and then bring it down to the bottom. Or if you want to add a little more flair, keep it bluesy, we go with this. Add a 7 here. Go crazy. Add a 9th. All about extensions, people. If you want, I can make it crazy. Add a 13 at the top. But since this is a country song, we don't really want to do that, so we just keep it playing here. So, once again, to wrap up how that goes is I'm playing 2 grace notes, 1 here, and then one here. Just play this over and over again. Till you get really fast at it. And then eventually you can have it sound like this. And that's all there is to piano fills. See y'all.